Now be tuning to Unapologetically Daphnique podcast.
You ready, B.O.B.?
Always ready.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Daphnique Springs, and welcome to another episode of Unapologetically Daphnique podcast. Thank you for the fake applause.
I was trying to do something.
Okay, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? We don't got no sound effects. Some people got sound effects. We don't got them. So, yeah.
I'm making my own Curtis Blow style.
Yeah, your applause sound like it had a little ass in it, but that's cool.
Residue.
Ooh, turn up.
All
right. So, man, we got a lot to unpack.
I'm sure, but let's start off with this. How was your week? How's your week been?
Peaceful. You know, minimum work. It's very peaceful. As much as I'm on the road and always traveling and doing shows and on and off flights, it felt good to have a bye week. You know, I got 2 bye weeks actually now. So that feels great because sometimes comedy can come punch me dead in the face full force. And then sometimes it'd be like, all right, bitch, we're going to let you chill. And I had a chill week. So
you look well rested.
Always. I get to my sleep. But it's a lot to unpack in the news.
It's been a lot.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. And trouble has been up the street and around the corner for a few people.
First, we're going to get into Lil Durk. Lil Durk was reportedly snitched on by the OTF member who allegedly wore a wire in a murder for hire plot. And OTF stands for Only the Family. So they got their own little like gang.
Well, at least they support their family.
Talk to me. But family don't snitch on family, do they?
Nah, you don't. Well, sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on who the family member is and what the hell they doing. Some of y'all need to get some people up out of y'all family.
Exactly.
Y'all be sitting around letting them just mess with the kids, murder, steal, do drugs, and ain't nobody saying nothing to them. They just free to roam and be destructive to the family. So some of y'all do need to snitch on the family.
That's a fact.
But when you gang, you ain't supposed to snitch on the family.
And you end up, let's talk about
unalived.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so a member of his group OTF has turned against Lil Durk. This informant now, who recently got out of prison after serving 12 years, wore a wire to give information to federal agents. According to documents, Lil Durk is identified as a co-conspirator 1. He allegedly placed bounties on people and others from OTF wanted to kill, including a person named TB. Co-conspirators promised money and music opportunities to anyone who helped carry out these plans. Yeah, wow. That sounds like a good, if you ain't got nothing going on in the hood, Lil Durk, one of the biggest artists to come out of Chicago, if he said, yo, you take care of this little problem over here for me, I'm going to give you some music and money, how many people ain't going to take that in the hood?
Maybe about 92%.
Yeah, they going to take it.
They going to take it.
Only 8% not going to take it.
That's a fact.
It's because they already in jail. And they can't execute the hit.
Right.
So, it ain't hard to get people to be a part of the process.
Yeah. Yeah. Only the family probably had a big family.
Yeah.
Yeah, a really big family with them
really
type
big family. Yeah. Music opportunities. Come on. He's Grammy winner. Yeah,
when you think about it, like somebody is like relevant as Lil Durk.
If I was an artist, I would unalive somebody just to get a feature from him. If I'm in the OTF. Yeah,
that's real, man. I mean, come on.
I wouldn't be a good person, but
I mean, the economy is messed up. Right
yeah,
now.
Inflation is high.
Somebody got to die,
and a feature with Lil Durk will take you a long way. I mean, just think about it. Back in the day, we didn't have 8 billion people on this earth. It's 8 billion people on this earth now. We can stand to lose a couple.
But how angry can somebody as successful as Lil Durk be to even be associated with something like this, right?
Yeah, because I feel like once you reach a certain level of success, you need to leave all of that nigga activity alone. Okay?
You got to, right?
Leave the streets alone. Go ahead and move on with your life. Get up on the streets. Never go back. Only support programs.
Yeah, because at that point, you got to start making a choice.
Yeah, because you got to get back to the kids so that they can get their life on the right path like you did. But you don't have to go visit them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just do a pop-up video nowadays. Hey, y'all, Lil Durk, just wanted to say shout out. Thank you to everybody that came to the turkey drive. I appreciate you, but I will not be driving through because I don't want to get shot up.
So who exactly did he want dead or unalived?
So he wanted a rapper by the name of Quando Rondo. And this shooting actually happened in Los Angeles, California. So they didn't even do this in their home city, Chicago. They came all the way out to LA to place this hit on Quando Rondo.
Made a trip.
Yeah. And Lil Durk was arrested because a lot of people was like, no, he ain't gonna get arrested. He was arrested in Florida and charged with being a part of this murder for hire plot related to Quando Rondo's cousin.
Wow.
He and 5 other men could face serious charges, including the death penalty if found guilty. So if he is actually found guilty, he could face the death penalty. I thought you actually had to commit a real murder to like get the death penalty. I didn't know you could just put the hit out on somebody and get the death penalty. I knew you could get life in prison, but I didn't know they was just gonna be like, yeah, lethal injection on your ass.
Well, this looks like a beginning of a series of different charges they're gonna attach him to, because they're not actually. I see more OTF, which is his brand and his
starts
label.
To fall up under the RICO charges.
It starts to fall up under a RICO charge, and then orchestrating and conspiring other people to do it, paying for their flights, all that kind of stuff. This seems like this is going to become
something bigger,
a mass arresting.
And
process.
here's the thing about the feds. A lot of people claim, like, which very well can happen. When you're in some city, the police can't set you up. The police have set people up back in the day, planting drugs on them, putting cases and murders on them. But I hate to tell y'all this. When the feds have evidence, the feds are coming with pure, cold-hearted evidence.
Yeah.
They not trying to set you up or scam you or try to plot to take you down because they need some more black. They come with evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, they've been doing years because this shooting actually happened in August 2022. So that was over 2 years ago. And these charges are just now coming up. So that means that the feds, they got all their ducks in order. They not playing with him. Man. So that's scary because they said Lil Durk attempted to trick the feds when he found out his crime. So Durk booked 3 different flights to Italy, Dubai, and Switzerland. So he booked 3 different flights. So like on some catch me if you can type of stuff. Like, hey, what city is he in? You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes once you go to one of these cities, they can't do anything else until you come back to American soil.
Yeah, I mean, the extradition process can obviously take some time.
Yeah. By that time, a couple of witnesses can end up dead. Yeah. Right? The case could get real shaky, and then you come on back to America. But, a lot of these other countries, especially Dubai, you better not go over there. A lot of these rappers have weed habits, and these other countries don't play with weed, okay? You a whole druggie in their country, and you going to end up doing federal hard time in another country because you can't put them joints down.
But my only question is, if you do want to unalive somebody, I would think that including 5 or more people,
somebody gonna snitch.
Somebody gonna tell.
Yeah,
right?
I think that when you want to do a crime, you got to do stuff solo.
Less is more.
Less is more. 5 people, somebody gonna tell. Statistically, it's statistics.
I mean, we're not trying to educate kids how to.
Yeah, we're not trying to educate you, but just know less is more. When you're doing a crime, that's why serial killers get away with crimes for so long, because they be the only one doing the crime. They don't have no assistants, no accessories to the crime.
Yeah, nobody.
That's why it's harder to find them. Sometimes it takes 20, 30 years to find the Zodiac killer, and still he dies, and you still don't even know whether or not the Zodiac killer was the Zodiac killer. Because you know why? Because he had no accessories to the crime. See, a lot of y'all gang members be out there doing crime involving 4, 5, 6, 7. Statistically, your ass going down once it's past 2. You can't even trust one other person. And now you done added 3, 4, 5, 6 other people to the mix. And then because y'all a gang, y'all all talk and be like, yo, Durk. So you done told somebody outside the 5. It's like the game of telephone. Those 5 people done told 10 other people in the gang. Now everybody know the information. Your ass is going to jail.
Church. That's what it is. Right?
Period.
Take them to church.
Okay, so Durk tried to throw off the feds with this whole 3-flight thing. Come on now, Durk. You dealing with the feds.
That was kind of smart, though, a little bit.
It wasn't that smart.
If you was dealing with the state police.
If you was dealing with the state police, yeah. The Los Angeles County, the sheriff's department, of course, their jurisdiction ain't that wide. So you'll throw them off and they'll be like, you know. But when you're dealing with the feds has international, they got the whole airline ticket booking on lock. Okay? That ain't nothing but for them to dip into a system real quick. It's like if you gonna do this stuff, think.
And also one more thing I want to add. If you're going to do something like that, I heard this incident happen right by the Beverly Center Mall.
A lot of cameras.
And people don't remember this, but you remember back in the day when the rapper from Atlanta, Dollar, got unalived at the valet at Beverly Center Mall.
Whoa.
And before his shooter could get on, they caught him. The feds caught up with him at the terminal at LAX airport. He went
fly to San Diego. San Diego, a quick drive.
But see, the thing is, they actually used all the technology and camera systems from Beverly Center Mall all the way to LAX to meet him at the terminal.
Yeah, because they actually have, a camera systems on the lighting. So where you're at a traffic light, those are all cameras up there watching you. So it can track you. But it seems like Durk kind of got away with this whole thing. It's his homeboy who in the OTF that snitched on him. So here's what they said happened, right? So this member that was a member of the OTF that snitched on Lil Durk, he did 12 years in prison. And out of those 12 years that he was in prison, Lil Durk actually took care of him, right? Made sure he had money on his books. Made sure he had jewelry and some shoes probably to stun on the other people in jail. If I went to jail as a man, I wouldn't want nothing flashy because who you trying to impress?
That's a fact.
Other men?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. That's just my take.
That's a fact.
They say, oh boy, got out of jail. Durk provided him with a home, a car, and $50,000 cash in order to kill King Von's killer, right?
Yeah.
And so the guy took all of this, right? Boom, executed the hit with the other members, They co-conspired to do this, this murder for hire. Right. Okay, cool. That same guy who snitched, that got the house, the car, the $50,000. He didn't snitch on Lil Durk based off of being called in for that specific charge for that murder of Quando Rondo's cousin, right? He didn't get called in on that. He got called in on a separate gun charge, right? So he just out in the street getting called in on a separate gun charge that has nothing to do with that particular crime that he was hired to do. And he was like, the feds was like, yo, we about to give you 15 years. And he was like, whoa. Hey,
I got information.
Wait up. I got some information. You remember August 2022 in Los Angeles? Sir, we're in Chicago. Call the feds. August 2022. It was a murder, Lil Durk. They cool with me. Just send me in there, put a wire on me. You know what I mean? They gonna tell me everything you need to know. And that's what happened. And see, this is the problem. That's no loyalty. Right? Because you got called in on a separate charge. Now, I'm not mad at people on snitching on if you got called in on that particular charge. That is in question. But for you to bring up something that happened in the past, good sir, for your new case, just to get off your new case, because you don't want to go back in there and do 15 years. I heard they spitting in booty holes in there. You know?
That's graphic.
Yeah, that's graphic.
So he basically finna be on the stand pulling a Nino Brown. Like, you remember the end of New Jack City where Nino Brown said, no, this ain't even me.
Yeah.
It's the light-skinned brother from the bank.
Talk to me.
Like, what I tell you.
That's what's about to happen.
He about to go stand trial. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is about to go stand trial. We are in 2024, man.
Yeah.
We are in 2024. And you know what's messed up? What people want to say, and I know a lot of young people watch this. When you guys are in your communities, urban communities, and y'all know these guys who have unalived people, and y'all think they popular and got names, just I want you to consider something.
Yeah.
That person who has unalived people and still out, did y'all watch The Wire with Michael K. Williams, who, when he portrayed Omar, he worked with the local state officials, and he was allowed out to kill people and tell on people.
Oh, yeah, they working together. That's how they bring down, the Nation of Islam, the Black Panthers, and stuff like that. And they also use these informants to unalive other rival gang members, get the drugs. The police is working with all of them. You know what I mean? The feds.
They only do.
That's why you're going to commit a crime committed by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay? And move in silence. Don't even tell your baby mama, because she going to snitch on you too.
It just happened to somebody I know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's get this. After the 5 suspects, after using Durk's money to, did they use his credit card? I think they used his credit card to pay for the flight, the hotels. After everything, the suspects then went to an In-N-Out Burger stand where they discussed payment with Grant and then flew home to Chicago from San Diego. Yeah.
Niggas wanted a burger.
Yeah, the food is pretty good there.
Fries. Yeah. Trash.
Okay, and they were paid an undisclosed amount to do the hit. Okay,
$800.
so here's what I want to get into. Controversial, right? I think that when you have gangs that are constantly doing these type of murder for hires and just straight unaliving people within their community or rival gangs and stuff like that, these people should be labeled serial killers. Okay, I'm going to give you the definition of a serial killer, because when we think of a serial killer, we think of Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah. You know what I mean? We think of the Zodiac Killer. We think of white men.
Really?
But when is the Black community going to address that it is serial killers all throughout our community?
Wow.
A serial killer is a person who murders 3 or more people in separate events over a period of time, with a cooling off period between each murder. So if Lil Ray go and kill John over here in 2022 at the fair, that's one murder. He's not labeled a serial killer. The next year, go murder Lil Ray go murder Lil Man over here in July 2023. That's 2 murders. Lil Ray, a part of this gang affiliation, goes and murders another Black man, right? That's 3 murders. He does this one at the local park. He is a serial killer.
Out roaming around.
Because it is 3 or more murders that happen at different events. And yet and still, y'all don't label none of these gang members or drug dealers, serial killers, but in actuality, they are. So it is a lot of Black, undocumented serial killers that are moving around throughout the United States. And it's sad. You know what I mean? Because these people are in our community, just unaliving all day, every other week. And yet and still, they just be like, oh yeah, he a real nigga. That's what they get labeled as.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all real niggas are serial killers.
Yeah.
Okay? Just out here killing. And your ass need to be on the top 100 serial killer list. Period. Absolutely. Okay, motivations for serial killers are motivated by psychological thrill or pleasure. So they get pleasure out of it and thrill.
Yeah.
Because they got to go for the ops.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked to my baby mama.
And it's the power.
He sold drugs. Yep, power too. He sold drugs on my turf. You know what I mean? He killed my mans in them. And they may also be motivated by anger, financial gain, and attention seeking. Right? That's how to pull up the ranks in a gang or to be a drug dealer. To move up the ranks is just basically becoming a serial killer.
Yeah.
Okay. Serial killers' victims, right? Serial killer victims often target victims who share certain characteristics, such as race, gender, appearance, or demographic profile. So another gang member.
And you killing people that look like you.
Yeah. So that's race and gender as well. Right? Characteristics. Serial killers often lack empathy and guilt. You know, they only feel a little empathy on the stand when they like, yo, you about to get life. They like, oh no, please, where my mama at? You know,
Right.
I'm a product of my environment. You had a choice, sir. Good sir. You had a choice. You could have worked at McDonald's, worked your way up until you owned a franchise.
No more In-N-Out burgers.
Okay, but you chose violence. Okay. And they may appear normal or charming. Most of these hood serial killers get all the women. They flashy, charismatic towards women, you know. Some of them beat your ass too. We ain't talking about them ones, right? They be caking with their girl, kiss, and they side chick and they baby mamas because it's usually a whole flock of women that's attached to them. And they may also have personality disorders. So just bipolar, very easily angered, you know what I mean, triggered. And they really are just sociopaths. Okay, so when you have this cooling off period, that serial killers, the time between murders can vary from immediate to hours or days. After, you know, serial killers may be dormant for a time or may go on to kill again. So some of these hood serial killers, they may not kill again till they get another hit, all right? Or another person that they feel that crossed them, or it's orchestrated by somebody in a higher position to have them do it, but you still are a serial killer. You killed 3 or more people on 3 different events.
Wow.
Okay. Serial killers are not to be confused with mass murderers. Mass murderers will unalive multiple people in a single event at the same time and location. Some of them doing that as well.
Yeah.
You might as well label them serial killers and mass murderers, because if you do a drive-by and you hit several people in that drive-by, you are a mass murderer. But see, the white America doesn't want us to talk about this, right? They don't want us to bring this type of acknowledgement to the black community because it's just black on black crime, you know? No, these are real life serial killers and mass murderers. The United States has the highest number of documented serial killers in the world. Some early signs of serial killers include childhood trauma, early separation from their mother. Yeah, so the mother working all day trying to survive. And I say in the black community, it's early separation from their father. Usually that's what's creating these hoodlums to go out here and join these gangs. It's no father influence at all. So I think it's opposite. For white people, it could be a separation from mothers. And black community, these mass murderers and serial killers, it is a separation from their fathers. That's why black fathers are important. And yeah, that's just my theory.
Well,
got a little quiet over there.
Well, I guess I was just processing everything because, you know, growing up in Jackson, Mississippi, I grew up around a lot of people who fall under this category. And I got to see the development and them graduate from one process to another, growing up around a few of them since I was 4 or 5 years old. Have
you ever acknowledged it until this specific moment? Did you ever consider them serial killers or mass murderers?
Never consider them serial killers.
No, you don't.
Never consider them.
But they are.
I mean, you know what they're capable of, but you never consider them as a serial killer. But you knew that something wasn't all the way right.
Yeah, and the black community has to consistently walk around in a state of fear. Because why? Snitching is bad. Get their ass up off the street.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely, man. And you know, the crazy thing is, this is what I would say. You know, it's unfortunate because I seen one kid. I'm just gonna be short with this. I seen one kid become a killer, and he grew up in church.
Wow.
And his older brother was a bona fide one, but he ended up, his grandmother and grandfather had a good handle on him, but he ended up actually chasing the persona and respect that his older brother had.
Respect. Some black men are becoming serial killers and mass murderers just off of the simple word of respect.
Yeah.
You disrespected me. Now I got to take your life.
Or it's not even disrespect. It's just like I need that stripe. You know?
Mm.
Somebody I know, an older guy I look up to got an issue with you. You ain't pay him.
Yeah.
You know?
So in order for me to get in his good grace, I got to go ahead and unalive you.
Guys, choose a better path.
Choose a better path. You have the power, you have the ability, you have YouTube where you can learn skills, you can learn graphic design, you can learn how to do websites, you can learn photography, you can learn a skill, you can go to a trade school, become a plumber, become a mechanic. They say mechanics and plumbers are becoming the newest millionaires.
They need to bring back career development centers.
Yeah, they took that purposely out of the Black community. Because they didn't want us to focus on skills anymore.
Trades.
They wanted to put these young Black men out of the skill, because Jesus was a carpenter. They wanted to take away the skills, right, and just throw you in the workforce. And when you have limited opportunities in the color of your skin and systemic racism, then what type of jobs are available to you, right? Without a college education, because guess what? The schools lack education. So then you go out here and you go work at a job, a fast food restaurant, making $10 an hour. You can't be fresh on that.
And you finna start stealing out the registers too.
You thought I was gonna work at your fast food restaurant and not steal out the register?
Look, come on now. Don't
it's
tell on
past the
yourself.
statute of limitations, right?
All right.
You thought I was gonna work there and not steal. Paying me $5 an hour back in the early 2000s. You thought I wasn't gonna steal?
Did you steal food and cash?
Both.
Dang.
Okay. I was always dipping my hand in the fries.
Cold peas.
And the cash register.
Did you give food away?
No.
Oh God!
Because this was back in the day when they paid with cash, and so I was hoping you paid so that I could go ahead and put that little change in my pocket, sir.
Oh man, cold peas. The numbers wasn't adding up.
God has blessed me though.
He blessed the fools
and the babies. Hey y'all, moving on. Okay, so that brings us to a congratulations to the supermodel Gisele and her boyfriend Jaquama Valente are reportedly expecting their first child together. 2 years after Gisele divorced from Tom Brady.
Damn that congratulations.
Mm-hmm. According to People, a source close to Gisele says she's happy for this new chapter in their life, and they're looking forward to creating a peaceful and loving environment for their whole family. So let me just tell you what Gisele's little story remind me of, because it's Jiu-Jitsu. Am I saying it right?
It's Gisele.
Yeah, no, that's the guy. Her baby daddy is a fighter.
Oh, you talking about Waquam?
Yeah.
Waquam.
Waquam. Okay, so this whole little remind me of Cassie and Diddy. So it seemed like Gisele got with one of them little boxer trainers, little jiu-jitsu people. And what's happened next is some allegations might be coming Tom Brady's way. So Tom Brady, I hope your little record is clean, because Gisele is following the same path as Cassie. Go marry a workout partner
who ain't got no money.
Who you supposedly had an affair with while you was in your relationship / marriage. And then you get out of it, you get with that said workout partner, you start a family with them, and then here come the allegations. Because what's very alluding here is the fact that she said, I'm happy for this new chapter in our life, and I'm looking forward to creating a peaceful and loving environment for my whole family.
Yeah.
Tom Brady, I just hope you wasn't doing freak offs and putting your hands on people.
What that mean is when she say whole family,
yeah,
you ain't invited, Tom.
At all. You ain't invited to the Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, Tom, your drama. So I hope it's just a little throwaway, and I'm just saying, oh, I'm just more peaceful, because white women can be passive aggressive. So this could just be her saying Tom Brady was just always in her ear, or just like. But it could mean Tom got some allegations coming his way because he did piss her off with doing that roast and everybody was talking about her. So she got it. She was like, let me go ahead and one up him and get pregnant real quick. Shout out to you, Gisele. Start your new life. You got the money. She had more money than Tom Brady. She made more money than Tom Brady, like as far as career. But you never know how people do their investments.
Yeah, but this ain't just happened. Old boy been doing what he need to do when she ovulate.
He been fighting in that
because she 44.
Yeah, 44.
Them eggs just.
Yeah, he got some strong sperm.
That seed fought through.
The sperm came and did some jiu-jitsu on that egg. Because that egg was damn near scrambled.
Tom, you a real cool brother because I'm going to say this. Mm-hmm. He sent out a apology after that roast.
Yeah.
If I was paying a trainer to have sex with my wife, whatever I say about you,
okay,
I'm standing on it.
On business.
All the way.
Technically, he ain't say it. Other people said it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Come on, man.
Okay, moving on. That brings us to Trump and Harris.
Oh.
They back at it again. It seemed like nobody is talking about policies, but everybody is trying to get their celebrity influence up. So Kamala Harris brought out the one and only to Houston, Beyonce.
Ooh.
Beyonce. Over 7 million people across online platforms, not including cable TV, tuned in to the Kamala Harris Houston rally with Beyonce. To put that in perspective, this is more viewers than the most recent CMAs, the one where Beyonce actually wasn't nominated, the VMAs, the Emmys, and Tonys. So let's hear what Miss Beyonce had to say.
For all the men and women in this room and watching around the country, we need you. Your voice has power and magnitude. Your vote is one of the most valuable tools, and we need you. Your freedom is your God-given right, your human right.
Okay, so I didn't listen to the whole speech that Beyonce actually did, but if she said what she just said and that was it, she didn't tell you who to vote for. This right here, this clip is neutral. This is just saying, hey, you have a right to vote. I'm Beyonce, vote. I ain't going to tell you who to vote for. I'm here at the Harris thing. You can vote for this way. But you had a right to vote. You had a right to choose.
I think that's very
Beyonce.
Clear who she wants you to vote. If she show up to the event, are you going to show up to somebody's birthday party and don't have the happy birthday party spirit?
Well, when Barack Obama and Michelle Obama spoke with Kamala Harris out in Chicago, they told you exactly that you needed to vote for Harris. Beyonce didn't tell y'all who to vote for. She just said vote because, see, what happens is for them to get 7 million views, this ain't just Democrats watching. This is Democrats and Republicans.
They thought she was going to sing and dance.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to Trump and his response.
Damn.
Joe Biden is asleep. Kamala is at a dance party with Beyonce.
At a dance party with Beyonce. Yo, if I was Beyonce, I would use the way he said Beyonce on my next single. It would start off with that, just
but the real
a dance party with Beyonce, and then it just go into a fire song.
But the real talk though, it sounds like he mad that he wasn't invited.
Yeah.
Sound like he wish he was there.
Cause he was trying to dance and play all black music mixed with a little other music at his last rally. So, Sir, don't get mad at us because you couldn't get no real actual artist to perform.
Right.
Yeah. But I kind of don't like that these politicians, both of these running mates, Trump and Harris, they're not really talking about policies. They're only constantly putting down one another and then just having celebrity influence. It's like, what am I looking forward to? What am I voting for? Because, child, I don't know. Okay.
I agree. It's like it's
talk
constant,
about the policies.
It's constant rebuttals every time we actually.
It's always a rebuttal, and those are the only things that are being highlighted are your rebuttals, not you talking about change. At least Obama was always talking about change is gonna come. You know what I mean? Yeah. At least Bush and all them, they was talking about stuff. Like they wasn't
Bush
just
wasn't talking about nothing. Bush was reading books upside down.
Yeah, he was a little slow.
He was slow.
His daddy wasn't.
All he knew what to say
The
was
senior was all right. It was
oil.
a junior that was a little
oil and bomb.
Yeah, I think they said he had did a little cocaine back in the day.
A lot of it.
Yeah, allegedly. And then President Obama took to X, formerly known as Twitter, and he said, "When I'm president, the McDonald's ice cream machines will work great again." 11 million people viewed that. This is actually Trump making promises he can't adhere to.
Yeah, because that ice cream machine always broken down.
It's always broken down at McDonald's, sir. And don't promise me that anytime I go to McDonald's, the ice cream machine gonna be working, because you can't even do that. Because the ice machine is always working. It's the employees who don't want to clean it and don't want to fill it up and tell you it's not working because they don't want to be bothered with it during rush hour period. So in order to get you in and out of there real quick, and so they not over there making McFlurries, they tell you the ice cream machine don't work. So yeah, if you want to make anything great again, make it great in a requirement that they have to make you the ice cream on the already working ice cream machine.
Yeah,
y'all not slick.
What I would tell Trump is, my best advice is, next time specify locations, because I can guarantee
you can't do that across all 50 states.
It's some ghetto ass McDonald's that they ice cream machine been broke for 11 years.
Yeah.
They went away with the playpen.
And McDonald's ain't about to just even go investigate it. Okay? So make sure you make that promises in certain locations.
Because ain't no damn McFlurry.
Yeah. I promise in a city of 50 McDonald's, 2 of the McFlurry machines are going to be working, sir. But to guarantee all 50 will be great again makes me not even want to vote for you, Trump, because you already making false promises.
Right.
Okay? You had us. But then you start talking about this ice cream machine. Now I don't know what to believe.
Now you're lying.
And they said that Trump's actual rally, the word rally sound like a KKK, don't it?
Well, he just called somebody just called some a Nazi rally.
Yeah, they call it a Nazi rally because they were talking about black people. Tony Hinchcliffe, the comedian who does roasts, he's not afraid to talk and get racist. So he said that it was a pile of garbage floating in the ocean near America, and he said that was Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was an island full of garbage. I was like, wow, that's pretty low. Okay. And then he said black people, instead of carving pumpkins this year, you need to be carving watermelons.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Maybe back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, black people was out there eating watermelon because white people didn't know the nutritional value of watermelon. But every time I go to an event and it's watermelon on the table, I gotta damn near fight white people away and swallow them away from the watermelon just so my black ass can get a piece. Okay?
That's a fact.
Because they know watermelon is healthy for you. If it has seeds in it, if it's seedless, good luck. Okay? But if it got black seeds, it is healthy.
Yeah, I'm so tired of them hiding that they like watermelon.
We got B.O.B. over here choking right now. I don't know what the hell is going on.
You start talking about watermelon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rudy, how do you say Giuliani? Giuliani. Okay, that's Italian. Rudy Giuliani alleges Hamas trains toddlers to kill Americans in support speech for Donald Trump. He said, toddlers are trained to kill Americans at Trump rally in Michigan. So let's listen to this. These old people, some of them need to just chill out with their information.
The Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old. They won't let a Palestinian in Jordan. They won't let a Palestinian in Egypt. And Harris wants to bring them to you. They may have good people. I'm sorry, I don't take a risk with people that are taught to kill Americans at 2. I'm on the side of Israel. You're on the side of Israel. Donald Trump's on the side of Israel. And they're on the side of the terrorists.
Okay, so he just basically said they're training the kids at 2 years old to kill Americans. So I just don't know. Wouldn't that include everybody that's there at the rally? So yeah, so they on the side of Israel. Here's the thing: you don't remember anything around the age of 2. You don't remember. So if they training them, they gonna forget all that information.
Yeah.
They not gonna retain that. They would have to retrain them at like 5 and 6 and 7 on up through adulthood. You know, they would have to keep training them. But if they just pulling all the toddlers out of the daycares or the homes and like, hey y'all, how old are you too? Okay, unalive Americans, they gonna forget that.
It just it's so disappointing that all of these people that are coming out speaking at Trump's rallies.
Yeah.
Everything is separation and
hate
in a country that's a melting pot of so many people. We have Jews that have family members in Israel. We have Palestinian people. We have Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
So
we have black people.
We have
black people are the foundation of America.
Of course. But my point is,
we were here first. But go ahead.
Every rally is separating race.
Yes.
And attacking everybody but white people.
And then you got Kamala's rally focusing on her race.
Questioning her race.
It's questionable. Me and B.O.B. argue about this outside the podcast
on a daily basis. Y'all just getting it. But what I'm saying is this though. She not black. At what point do we ask ourselves as American citizens, do we want a campaign in office, a politician in office who literally prides himself on separation when we have to live amongst one another?
Let me ask you a question. When Trump was president the first time, did you feel anything within the country?
I felt tension everywhere.
Oh, you felt tension everywhere?
Absolutely, because the reason why I say that is because, you know, white power is something.
Yeah.
And it's something
and you felt tension on the places that you went.
I mean,
that you don't feel just normally in a white supremacy country. I
felt different driving by people in pickup trucks on the 10 freeway.
And you don't feel that when Biden is in president.
No.
See, y'all be lying.
No. I feel like it's heightened. I feel like it's been heightened.
I don't remember no white people bothering me when Trump was president.
Now, bothering is something different.
Now, I remember some of them saying some ignorant stuff to me when Obama was here. You know what I mean? But when Trump was here, I don't really experience anything that was just too horrific. You know, people put too much on this stuff. I feel like racism is at its all-time high. When Obama was in office, it's always been. But what I want you to understand is racism is at an all-time high when it's Democratic president or Republican president. That's not true. Okay. Can we move on? Yeah. Moving on. Okay, so fans are calling out Shaquille O'Neal for seemingly imagining Andrew Reese dunking in booty shorts. They say you're supposed to be her mentor. So Shaq at his big old age, y'all know Shaq. Y'all know he like to talk a little creepy sometimes. Okay? All the time. Yeah. You know, that's him. He a 69 guy. He a 69 guy. You don't bring a 69 guy on your podcast and expect him to hide his hand. That's okay? A fact. Why you invite him on your podcast? You know he gonna be talking creepy. I'm pretty sure he was talking creepy when he found out he was gonna be on your podcast. When he was behind the scenes on the podcast. You think he gonna turn down for what? He Big Shaq. He Big Shaq. And you know older men like him, they get off on talking freaky. It makes them feel young. Yeah, that's fact. It makes them feel really young. They get off on talking about it. So let's listen to what Big Shaq had to say.
Little dog. Bro, imagine you in the I'm not imagining. Let me finish. Imagine you in the same little shirt you had on at the Wild 'N Out show, Duncan. You know how many t-shirts you gonna sell, cuz? You tripping. Oh my God. What? Oh God. The same little shirt you had on. Okay, all right. Duncan, bro.
What's crazy is Shaq didn't even take acknowledgement or accountability that he was making this girl feel uncomfortable and she didn't want to talk about it. That's where people are going to get mad at. Here's the thing. She wore those booty shorts. He just took them booty shorts and put them in a different scenario. That's it. He didn't put the booty shorts on her. He didn't say, hey, you always dress with full-length mid-thigh shorts. What happens if you take them and you cut them and you just make them into booty shorts with your cheeks hanging out of it and you wear it on the basketball court? He didn't do that. He took the booty shorts that she had already wore at one event and said, hey, boom, imagine this. Let's put it in a different scenario. It was half creepy. It was creepy, but half creepy. Where it became creepy is, wasn't too much of what he said to me, in my opinion. It was the fact that she was uncomfortable and he clearly ignored that she was uncomfortable and didn't want to talk about that. You know what I mean? And he did not move on or move off the subject.
That's fair.
Okay, here's what a fan actually had to say. Shaq's a nasty nigga. You supposed to be her mentor, father figure. But you a creep making these type of comments. I lost all respect for him when he jumped in on that Home Depot girl's DMs shooting his shot. So they done been lost respect for you, Big Shaq. You know what I mean?
Shaq don't give a damn.
He don't care. He still own like 27 Starbucks.
And Papa John's.
Yeah. So he don't care. Y'all, even if y'all get him fired from one of his jobs, he still got all these businesses and restaurants.
As long as they still throwing them the weak ass Shaqs in Walmart.
Yeah.
Shaq gonna be fine.
Shaq gonna be all right. I think Shaq needs to know who and who not to joke with, because stuff like this can get you canceled, Big Shaq. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just stay away from the young girls, Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq. It's a whole bunch of women out here in their 40s that love to walk around with some booty shorts, and that can actually make you some collard greens and yams and a whole turkey roast and stuff like that, you know, but you choose to go with these young girls who can't cook in booty shorts. Just out here just cooking in an air fryer.
Man, it's a lot of 40-year-olds that can't cook either.
Okay.
But Shaq, I get it.
Yeah, Lord. He trying to talk about me on the slide.
All
I
right.
can't cook, but it's okay. I have a great personality. Sometimes.
Exactly. She ain't gonna cook you. You gonna be hungry, but she funny. She cute too. She
got you. All right, moving on. Okay, so this is something I've always wondered about for years. Tony Rock, and why you never seen him in any of Chris Rock's films. So
never thought about that.
Yeah, you think about it, because you know nepotism is very heavy in the entertainment industry. You got the Wayans brothers. I mean, you got Keenen Ivory Wayans kicked this off with Damon Wayans. He kicked off a multi-million-dollar career from Sean and Marlon and any other Wayans in between. Damon Wayans Jr.
Michael Douglas Sr., Michael Douglas, Drew Barrymore and Ryan O'Neal. I mean,
nepotism is heavy.
Yeah.
But look like it's not heavy with Chris Rock here. So Tony Rock shares his frustrations about his brother Chris Rock never putting him on. Says Chris once gave him a movie role, but he never received information into the movie Wrapped. That shit crushed me. Let's hear Tony's sentiment.
Right. Here's something that I've always wanted to know that's baffled the shit out of me. And both you and Eddie Murphy, I go, we know as black men how hard it is for us to make it in this hustle.
Right.
It's hard for white boys to make it.
Right.
Because of the competitive nature of the beast.
Right.
But for us, it's even harder.
Right.
So I go, how is it that Eddie Murphy is your brother, and I don't see you in no Eddie Murphy vehicles, Charlie? How is it that Chris Rock is your brother, and I don't see you in no Chris Rock shit? And now, before you answer, here's the one that fucked me up the most. The movie that Chris and Martin was in, where they played brothers.
So that fucked me up.
I'm going, not in a million fucking years do Chris Rock and Martin have the same facial features.
Yes.
Tony is his brother and look like him. How is Tony not in the fucking movie playing his brother?
I'll give you another one. They did The Longest Yard in Arizona.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Him and Sandler.
Yeah.
Joey Diaz is my man forever. Joey Diaz is my man forever. Joey Diaz said day one on the set, he walked on the set, saw all the people in the prison, My brother came on set ready to shoot. He said, hey, hold the fuck up.
Where's Tony?
Where the fuck is Tony? So you mean Tony doesn't fit in this fucking movie? I said, Joey Diaz, you my man forever.
Yeah.
You my man forever, Joey Diaz.
Explain that to me.
To try to explain. To try. I can't.
And if you're in the movie, the money stays in the family.
Listen.
Literally.
I agree. I'm going to try to explain to you guys and you. And I'm not saying this is going to make sense, but my brother sometimes, and you can see it in what he does in his movements and his actions and stuff like that, like Martin in the movie, he's a businessman when it comes to his movies and TV stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Martin's bigger than me. I need to sell this movie. Tone's my brother. Yes, there will be some, hey, him and his brother in the movie. Let's go check it out. But him and Martin push the needle more. I'm only speaking on that movie in that regard. I get it. I was like, okay, I get it. The one that fucked me up. Here's the one that fucked me up. And I've never told anybody this. Only a few of two of my boys know this, and maybe, my siblings. When he did the movie Top 5. Oh yeah. I was on tour. I came home for a week. I was at the Comedy Cellar. We hadn't seen each other in a while, and we don't talk a lot. Now since the divorce, we talk a lot more. But he was in his space where we weren't really talking a lot. And I walk in the Comedy Cellar, and he's there, and he's at the table with Colin and all of the guys, and I'll go over to say what's up, and he goes, "Hey, got a movie, man. Put you in it." I did not ask for anything. Chris will tell you, I've never, like I said before, it's on the Headliners Only. I've asked him for 5 favors my whole life. He said no every time, and I swore on everything I loved I would never ask him for anything as long as I lived. So that night, I walk in the Comedy Cellar. He goes, "Yo, I got a movie. I'm putting you in it. Now I got to do my due diligence. Okay, who do I have to call? Do I have to audition? Do I have to send a tape? No, you good. We're shooting in New York, too." I'm like, bet. Summertime in New York. I'm going to be in New York for the summer. I'm going to be home shooting a movie with my brother for the summer. I'm beyond excited. It don't get no better than this. I'm thinking, this is another one of those things where people never know how close you are. Right. So it's New York. Everybody that's a stand-in, I know. Mm-hmm. Everybody that's background, I know.
Everybody.
So I'm on tour, waiting for the phone call. Tell my management, tell my agency, yo, once he calls, we're going to pause the tour and go shoot the movie. Yeah, bet, we ready. And I start getting phone calls like, "Hey, I'm on set. Where you at?" I'm like, "What you mean you on set? We started shooting today. Today was the first day." "Oh, shit. Well, I didn't get a phone call." A week later, some chick, "Hey, babe, where you at? I'm doing background on this club scene. Are you here?" "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, we shooting. The Top 5 is up and running." Like a month in, nigga, 2 months in, I get a fucking phone call. "Yo, you at the rap party? We here."
Oh,
damn. Yo, bruh, that shit crushed me. That shit crushed me, bro.
So why didn't you
Look,
call?
I've never seen the movie Top 5. I shouldn't have to call.
Yeah.
You said to your brother, "I'm going to put you in a movie."
I feel it.
I should just get a phone call like, "Yo, tomorrow we'll be here at 2 o'clock, we shoot." Yeah. Or, "Yo, give me an email, I'm going to send you the sides."
You had to be angry.
Bruh, it devastated me.
Wow. So I can agree with Tony Rock when he said the whole thing with Martin Lawrence playing his brother, because the movie Blue Streak, it's a lot of people behind the movie. I mean, Chris Rock is a force to be reckoned with, but he also, you have producers, you have investors in movies and stuff like that. And, at that time, Martin Lawrence was, bigger name, bigger draw. So that would play your brother in the movie, even though y'all don't look alike. And plus, Martin Lawrence is an amazing actor. Here's the problem.
Just to correct it, it's the it is not Blue Streak, is Death at a Funeral.
Oh, okay. I thought he said Blue Streak.
I don't know if he said Blue Streak, but the movie with Chris Rock and Martin Lawrence is Death at a Funeral.
Okay, Death at a Funeral.
Yep.
Okay, so boom. But Top 5 was a film that was produced, and if I'm not mistaken, written by Chris Rock.
It was.
Yeah, so with that being said, he put a whole bunch of comedians. It was nothing but stand-up comics in there. Yeah. And your brother shouldn't have to call you to be like, "Hey, you said you was going to put me in a movie. You going to put me in a movie?" Because I can also see at Tony Rock's in Tony Rock's position is he said he's only contacted his brother 5 times, and he said no almost every time. So it's like, do I want to deal with the heartache and the rejection of even re-asking you and you telling me that? Because that's even more devastating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that being said, he was like, yo, here's the thing. You have a lot of people that works with Chris Rock. Like he has assistants, agents, managers, you know what I mean? So people, production assistant, somebody, if he really wanted his brother to be there, they could have just reached out. How do you forget about your own biological brother? Another thing too, they have the same mother, same father. Stuff be a little different when you don't share both parents with somebody. Things be a little different. That's the same thing that goes on with me and my siblings. We don't have the same mother. The connection isn't strong there because we grew up in two totally different households. But these are two people that grew up in the same household, same mother, same father. With that being said, if I'm the mother, all you got to do is call and tell me that he ain't called you. I'm going to get on his ass and you're going to be on that set the next day. Okay? Because I be damned you be in a position and you don't look out for these other ones here.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going to be on your ass. Now, if that's your daddy's kids, I can't tell you what to do. I don't know them niggas like that. Okay? That's your daddy's kids. You can choose not to mess with them or not mess with them if you want to. That's your choice. But as long as I birthed you and y'all all lived in the same household, your brother better be on that movie set. And what other movies can you put him in? Call your agent, call your manager. I need to speak to him. Because they both look just like the mama. Okay?
Yeah, they do.
When I tell you as the mother, I'm not telling they mama what to do. I'm saying that with my children in the future, if one on, they both on. Okay? We're going to do a whole bunch of nepotism. Everybody going to eat. Everybody going to make money. And what's even, I didn't watch the full episode of this podcast, but what's even more disheartening is the fact that Chris Rock made a call to Lauren Michaels to get Leslie Jones on SNL. And Leslie Jones was also in the movie Top 5. Wow. So it's not like you don't look out for people. You just don't look out for your brother. That's different.
Hell, Carly Red was in Top 5.
Oh, child.
The love and hip hop star. Like, I mean, at that point, Tony, y'all got to fight.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Green Room podcast for actually, do want to give acknowledgement to that podcast. That's a good
make
podcast.
Sure y'all check it out. Live from the Green Room, and my boy, homeboy Trey Elliott, and my homeboy Joe Fox are also on the podcast with Tony Rock. So check it out.
Yeah.
I hope one day he opens up his heart and puts his brother in some films and stuff like that so that they can create a even stronger legacy. Moving on. That takes me to my good sis, Keke Palmer. Okay. Keke Palmer says she is more wise with her earnings after filing for bankruptcy in her early adult years. Entering the industry as an adult at the tender age of 9 years old, she snagged her first role in the film Barbershop 2, Back in Business, before later being featured in Medea's Family Reunion and landing her first lead role in Akeelah and the Bee. Despite Palmer's parents' support in hiring a business manager at the age of 12, she still found herself in financial trouble when she filed for bankruptcy between the ages of 18 and 19 years old.
Wow.
Okay, and Keke Palmer said after filing for bankruptcy at 18, I got a Toyota right now in my driveway.
Listen, at this point, how the economy is, a Toyota might cost you $80,000-$90,000.
Okay.
Keke, that might be an expensive ass Toyota.
Okay, just depends on what type of Toyota Camry with the kicks. It got leather seats, you know what I mean?
We need
automatic
models.
buttons. You got the roll, hitting the roll down buttons and windows, then you cool. But Keke, every time I turn around, you on a new project, sis. Go ahead and buy yourself a nice car, a Porsche, a Bentley, or something.
Now,
okay?
hold on. Now, them Toyotas last about 250,000 miles. Keke might be like, damn, this.
But I can also see Keke having a Toyota Corolla or something like that. Just some Toyota. Because if you think about it, at the star level that she's at, you're getting picked up by car services. The production companies and people are sending car services for you all the time. Like when you book a job, you get car service from your house to the actual production.
That's right.
So you only got to whip that Toyota. And nowadays, you don't even need to drive that Toyota. You call in the Uber. You know you're going to go out to a party and drink. You call in the Uber Black. You know what I mean?
She's smart.
So the Toyota is only if I need to quickly run my son to daycare real quick. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what? You cannot be buried with the money. Okay?
Yeah.
You can leave it behind to your kids, but you can't be buried with the money. Spend some of it. You have to learn not to live above your means to the point you could go in bankruptcy. But one car is not going to do that. Usually it's a whole list of things that gets you into bankruptcy.
That's right.
Not just one thing. So with that being said, I am not going to drive no Toyota Corolla.
You wouldn't?
No, not a Toyota at all.
Unless
it's a rental.
I'll drive it right now. I'll park my car right now.
Just let me get a little more money. Y'all gonna see me around here in a Bentley, something, Rolls Royce, Porsche, zooming on y'all ass. Y'all gonna see this money.
Yeah, it'll be in the driveway, but
you gonna see it.
But you know what? My Trader Joe's drive is gonna be in that Corolla.
Why?
Just cause sometimes you just need stuff like that to humble you.
I don't need to be humble.
You know what I mean?
want you to see the money when I get in and out of this car. Okay. So I don't know. I condone. I love Keke Palmer. Girl, sis, go ahead, drive your Toyota. But all I'm saying is it couldn't be me. Because here's the thing. A lot of people, they making a whole bunch of money. You saving it, you investing in for what? For old age, maybe? But that's whole thing about work is that you're putting into your retirement fund. You know what I mean? So what am I saving this money to pass down to my child? You don't know what these damn children gonna be. I'm not gonna save all my money for my children. I'm gonna save them something. My goal is to be able to give you like at least $1 million or $2 million a piece in the future. But if I make $100 million, y'all ain't gonna get 98, 40. Y'all ain't gonna split 100 million down the middle. I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna go ahead and give me that private jet so I can get to places I need to get a little bit quicker. You can't trust these kids. You gonna end up with Hunter Biden out here smoking crack, touching his sister. And I'm supposed to leave him $50 million of my 100? Or I could just go ahead and live my goddamn life. I'm gonna live my life and go ahead and get me a nice car. I'm not driving no Toyota for my child to one day be out here on some BS. Okay? Period. You can't put all your trust in these kids at all. You think you're going to raise them right? They still for the streets.
That's a fact. You ain't lying. I ain't going to sit here and hold you. You ain't lying.
Moving on. Okay, so that brings us to today's topics. Okay, here's a little scenario. You and your girls go out to eat. Should your man be required to pay for you and your homegirls, or should he only pay for you? Okay. So you got a table of, it's 4 y'all women chilling at the table, and they just love to order drinks. They think somebody man around, like, he might pay. Let me go ahead and get drink, ordering stuff that they normally don't order. Your man sitting at the table because he can't detach himself from you. You know what I mean? He think you out here on some BS when you leave the house, so he at the table too.
Wow, I'm getting pointed.
Should he be required to pay for everybody at the table, or should he be required to only pay for you and him? What you think, B.O.B.?
Well, fellas, and a lot of y'all going to agree with me. You're not required to do a damn thing but be black and die, right? Or whatever ethnicity or race you are.
Yeah, just include your ethnicity.
But the reality of it is this. Okay? You decided to show up to an all-girls event.
Child.
Now, just check this out, fellas. If you don't want to pay for all of them, stay your black ass home. All right? That's just word from the wise.
So you say stay at home if you're not going to pay for all of them. Okay.
In my opinion.
In your opinion.
But let me tell you this, though.
Yeah.
It's all scenario-based. So tell me this. Now,
I ain't got to my opinion yet. So I got to drop my opinion.
Let's hear it.
Here's my opinion is I don't want my man showing y'all hoes the good life at all. Okay? He's only required to pay for me and his meal only. Y'all better pull out a calculator and divvy up, including the tax and the tip. Because my man is only paying for me and him. Matter of fact, waiter, get a separate check. Us two is on the check. Them 3 single women or them women that showed up without a man are responsible for their own check. I don't want y'all hoes, especially single women, to know that my man over here with money, paying for stuff, treat me nice, paying for drinks and food, you know, dicking me down, and you getting a little taste of that, girl, bye. You better pay for your own stuff. You shouldn't even go outside if you can't afford to pay. Stay in the house. Go to the corner liquor store. Order you some food to go and stay your ass at home because you can't afford to be outside.
Now, I do have to say this. I have paid for what your friends before.
Oh, you have.
Exactly. So
she said she was homeless. She said she was homeless. You invited. It was one. I said 4.
Right. And her drink. Exactly. So, but fellas, in my opinion, this is what I would say. Mm-hmm. Okay. You got to read the room though. Like if she got some friends that have bad attitudes, that's excessively ordering things, that's ordering stuff that they can't afford, look at them. Yeah. If she got on Steve Madden shoes, let her ass pay for herself.
Yeah. Cause you knew you couldn't afford that food with them Steve Madden budget shoes that you had on to be ordering shots that cost $20 a piece and you asking for doubles. Give me another shot inside of my lemon martini. No. You gonna feel the bunch oysters of this debt. Oh, they love oysters.
Yeah, they love oysters. Let me get a dozen oysters.
Yeah.
You don't have the funds to cover $112.
I know you like slippery stuff in your throat, but not today. Right. Not on my man's dime. I prefer if my man didn't pay for anybody. Pay for your own food. Now, if it's a trick, somebody who you just messing around with, you know, I remember this one guy I had went out with back in the day. He had a lot of money, like really rich. So one day he had brought other girls to the thing. We was a part of another group of girls. They ended up getting the table at Tao, enough for 5 people. It was 3 of my homegirls. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's not enough room at the table. He said, but get whatever y'all want and I'll pay for it. And I said, okay, cool. So the waiter came over and he said we can get whatever we want and he paid for it. She was like, yeah, absolutely. I already have his credit card. Get whatever you want. So I told all my girls, get whatever you want and get it to go. He got other hoes here. So we just gonna get what we can. But if that's my man, girl, bye. You can pay for your own food. And if not, get your ass on one of these dating apps and find you a man to pay for something. Get on sugardaddy.com so that you can have somebody pay for your food. Okay?
You gotta have some good. You gotta have some good.
Or leave them married men alone. The reason why they can't show up amongst the rest of us and pay for something. Because they got to be with their wife this week.
You know how that go.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. That's another episode of Unapologetically Daphnique Springs Podcast. Okay, so coming up, I have the Miami Improv. Yeah.
The Improv, Miami
Improv. The day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Go ahead and get your tickets now at miamiimprov.com or go on my website, www.imdsprings.com. Miami Improv, November 29th.
305.
For show. That's a Friday. So go ahead and get your tickets. I'm doing 2 shows and 2 shows only. And make sure you always check out my website and grab some merch. Daphnique Springs lipstick. Mwah. No bars. And B.O.B., you know, he always wear his shirt.
You already know I got it at 2X. I'm finna be down to a 1X. Crazy-ish shirt. You feel me? You can wear it out. You can wear it good. It feels good. And the women love it.
All right. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Bye.
Peace.
Follow, like, comment, and subscribe.